erotica, okay? And I'm going to tell you this, that there are a lot of people who don't know anything about erotica, erotic photography, erotic videos. And what they think they see nudity is, they think that this is porn, okay? That's what they think. Everything what they see nudity is porn. And what is the difference between porn and erotica? Because I believe, I believe I have a power, okay, and experience to explain, okay, people, because when you create porn or when you make porn, you will make it with strangers. Usually these are two people, strangers, having sexual adventures together, and their energy levels are totally different to the other people who are connected in the relationship, in the marriage, they in the family. They create totally different experience for themselves. They connect differently with the photographer, okay, and they create different sexual energy vibrations, okay. Why it is different? Because they have a different agenda. People who create porn, they do it to make money, okay, to be famous, get how to say, the business profile. They're doing it for other reasons, okay, for their career. People who are creating erotica in their family, in their between a husband and wife, they have different agenda. They have agenda to experiment, to try something new, to push the boundaries, to do it in front of photographer, in front of me. And they doing it for memorize their love, their passion, okay. They want to see later how they were good with each other, or they're creating erotic videos, okay, to actually memorize their wild young years, okay. That is the reason why. And the energy with these photo shoots are totally different, okay. So I just recently spoke with one guy. I was getting my car actually from service, and he asked me what I'm doing, and I said that I'm an erotic photographer and I do videography as well, and I shoot people, right? I create erotic scenarios and I hire models. And this guy was 26 years old, and as you imagine that nearly every guy who I would say that I'm an erotic photographer, he would have this to suggest that, oh, maybe I can be the model. I am very good. I am very sexual. I'm very passionate. When I'm by myself, my erection, can be this and this. And I am explaining him that when you by yourself, it's a totally different thing, okay? When you're creating porn, you will most likely be with models, hot and sexy models, okay? And when you creating erotic photography or video scenarios with the public, right, and clients hiring you to be their model to help them, most of all clients are not models, okay, and they don't look like models, and they don't act like models, and they need models help. They need someone experienced to show them how to do it, to show their energy, to show some kind of a role play scenarios, and so on and so on. So that's why we're hiring model, so that we will have someone there with a different experience, different knowledge, and of course different energy and different vibrations, right? Very often couple together create making love scenes, and they are bored with their sex life, okay, and they need stimulation, and they may be in the friend zone, they may be disconnected. There are many reasons why people will book the model, but most of the time model is there to stimulate and to increase that excitement, okay, to increase that adventure. It will be much more enjoyable to have it with someone who is really experienced, okay, than someone who is just starting up model. Okay, these are totally two different shoots. And when people want to break in or become models and stuff, they do not understand that their body and their youth and their erection is not enough. Okay, the performance, the control, how long he would last, he needs a lot of practice. He needs to practice with regular people. When you're having a fling or a flirt with someone you fancy, It's one thing. But the photo shoot, okay, is based not on getting married, fancy someone, and creating the relationship. The people are meeting there for certain reasons, right? Not for the lifetime, okay? And they are creating these erotic scenarios with the best energy that they can, and that's why I need a very experienced adult model, okay, escort, who already had a lot of sessions, who already know very well what is this job about, okay, and how to please and how to relax people and how to be in that environment, okay, how to bring the party, how to bring, you know, how to say the mood, okay. It is much more than just, you know, take the pants off and how to say, and have a sex scene. And people do not understand. And that's what is the main difference, the energy, which we can't see, okay? We can't see it, we can feel it, we can recognize when it's there, okay? But then it's not, it's not. And I am not here to shoot, how to say, emotionless scenarios, okay. I'm not here to witness this conveyor, okay, because when you look at the porn, it's a conveyor, one set after the other. There should be volume, okay. There should be volume. Erotica is not about the volume. Erotica is about the value, and it's about the quality, and it's about the energy, okay. Erotica is a very special, okay, directory, I believe, which was confused with another business directory, which is porn. People create art and shoot their body and body expressions because of love for each other, okay. When couple is coming to create making love scenes, they doing it for each other, okay. They doing it because they have that feeling. They doing it because they have, you know, urge of adventure. They have, you know, how to say, explored their relationship in certain way, maybe in certain, you know, borders, and they would like to try something new. So when you are, okay, in the relationship, erotica or intimacy or erotic adventures is very important, and there are not many places that you can find such adventures and could have services like that. Photo shoot without limitations, including nude, explicit, making love scenes in the way that it's supposed to be, you know, because there are a lot of studios or videographers who would provide this service, but everyone who's doing the service, they're doing it from their own perspective, from their own experience, okay, because there is no background like an erotic photographer, okay. And the problem, I see it in there, because when you provide this service everywhere, I notice that there is a lack of knowledge and experience in terms of body, in terms of body anatomy, in terms of psychology in the relationships, and so on and so on, okay. So I am taking this from another view because I have a medical background, and I understand how much it costs for them to undress, to reveal the insecurities, to reveal their intimacy, okay, intimate routines, okay. When you are shooting porn, no one is scared about the intimate routines or stuff. They shooting the most how to say, popular stuff, and that's it, you know. And when we're shooting erotic content with couples, of course we have foreplays, we're starting, we're trying a lot of scenarios, a lot of outfits, a lot of how to say, lighting and styling and designing and framing, a lot of things coming into account to create art, okay, with naked people who are doing this first time. A lot of things come into account, and very often people have no idea what are those things. It is so straightforward. And there are a lot of young models who would approach me and they think that they are ready straight away to go on the shoot, okay, to go on the shoot, and I'm explaining to them, even if you're young and if you are passionate and if you are, how to say, hungry for sex, shoot is not only about the sex, okay? Because what's happening during the shoot, we having a planning, we having a scenarios, we having a short, frame of time for every scenario, okay, and so on, and that's the step-by-step process, okay. Very rarely I have a couple who is ready straight away to have a penetration intercourse shoot when they arrive in the studio. Everyone needs time to warm up, to prepare, to dress up, to relax, okay, to see how they feel, to have a drink or two, cocktails and stuff. And everyone has their own pace, how they can, how quickly they develop it, So there is many things involved in creating erotic photography, and of course it should be a very big responsibility on the participant side, because it's not only your photographer and videographer, okay, effort, okay. And many couples, when I get asked, about the photo shoot, they require full direction. They require a photographer to be absolutely fully in charge with the ideas, with the planning, with the scenarios, with the posing, with everything, okay? With everything, right? The reason why they want someone else to take over and be in charge, because they want to try new things. If they would do everything as they did before, okay, their video would be the same, like they would do it every day. But because they come to professional to have a professionally filmed, okay, photo shoot, that's why we would do it in the way I do it, and the way video would look nice, okay? And we know the stages we need to go through, right? Through the whole shooting scenario. So I would have a decent amount of great footage that we can create. Recently, the last shoot I did was only a video shoot, and we created 40 minutes of, clean content, okay? 40 minutes of clean content, and from that I made 10 to 7 minutes videos long and one 20 minutes long video, okay? So what I'm saying is that first, what we're doing is we are creating just a footage, okay? The base, what we want to see in our movies. And then in the post-production process, okay, we would use this base, but in the same time, we can mix and match, okay, scenarios, themes. We can do a lot in editing process. We can skip some scenes, right, and go ahead and forward, and that's how the whole editing can create a different videos. Although you shot everything in one go, you can have totally different videos in general, right? In terms of look, in terms of feel, in terms of music, okay? Not just one type and one style. That's what I mean, okay? So when you are going to the photo shoot, you creating the whole experience and recording it on the camera or on the film, and you preparing the footage, okay? When the footage is prepared, why I'm saying this? Because people don't know how it works. They think they come to shoot and then they will get, I don't know, 10 minutes video, half an hour video, or whatever. These are all in post-production for you to decide. And even for me to decide, later your photographer can just decide which type of scenes and scenarios are better for this movie, and then it can add it to your liking, okay? But I am saying that the base is done in the studio with professional help, okay? Only then you can create great videos for yourself and great images when you have professional help. When couples arrive, very often a studio cannot offer that professional help, and they decide on themselves. They're doing it on themselves. And how the couple can decide or can create an amazing content if they had no experience. Okay, so that's why it is important that you would trust your photographer, videographer, that you would choose the right one who will tell you exactly what to do, not you telling them. Okay, but you will get advice, help, okay, so that you can create. It's and the reason why I use this word create, okay, it means you are experimenting, it means you are testing. Okay, the creative process is the most valuable process because that's where the precious energy released. Yes, the adult should also participate in a creative process, not only the children. And the creative process for making erotic images and videos is straightforward. When you have a professional photographer, you would arrive in the studio. Usually my couples do not need to worry, okay, and do not need to think about what they're doing, okay, because that's why they have me. Okay, I always have a consultation, and I always must find out what are the likings, what are the preferences, what is this couple about, okay, how they want to come at the end, what is going to be the end of the shoot, what is going to be the beginning, and what kind of couple it is, a vanilla or, you know, maybe some fetish or BDSM adventures or some kind of a kings. You know, people have different fantasies, and they must explore it. Okay, when you're coming to the photo shoot, you must create your fantasies. Okay, this is the place. Okay, this is the place and this is the time when you create sexual fantasies with your partner. Okay, and that's why, okay, you will go and approach the professional so that he or she will create the scenario for you, that will tell you what is the best way to shoot, to create such videos, or maybe that very often people would like to use a lot of how to say, lingerie, a lot of sexy outfits. Okay, and I just met very few who would just want to be naked and dress and not to experiment, just to, you know, how to say, have only making love shoots. Usually when couples arrive to the studio, they want to dress up, okay, and they want to undress, and that's what we do many times. First they dress up and then they undress in front of the camera and do something naughty. Okay, and that's how we will start the shoot. Okay, very simple, very straightforward. This for example setting will be there, and there. You should do this and this. This scene ends up with the blowjob, for example. Next scene ends up with for example, sex scenes. Next scene would be this and this. So every step you're making, okay, you are not nervous because you are aware. Okay, your photographer at the studio, when it takes pictures, or a videographer takes the video, must inform fully. Okay, give you all the options, the best options that you can. Okay, of course they all involve nudity, right, playing with yourself. Okay, they all involve sexual interaction. Only when there is a sexual energy created, I shoot my clients. Okay, not when it's cold. And what I mean when it's cold, when it's a cold body, imagine when you arrive to the studio, you undress and you're taking pictures, right? Your body, your bum, I don't know, your breast, whatever you're shooting. It's a cold body when you don't feel any sexual stimulation. When you don't feel the arousal, it's a cold body. Yes, you can take a picture. Yes, it could be lit correctly. Yes, it will display your body parts. But that is a very basic photoshoot experience. Okay, in-depth photoshoot experience, or photographer who's creating erotica, right? It needs to stimulate and bring you to that point when you are sexually active. Okay, and I'm not saying that you're sexually doing something intensively, but sexually active, it means that you are starting at least, right? So there is a progress in that shoot, right? There is a starting point, okay, and there is a peak point when you need to reach it, okay? And not everyone can reach it, but majority at my studio, they do reach that point, and we are capturing specifically that, okay? Those special moments, okay, when you in climax, right? Same for the woman and same for the man. Yesterday I had this question on Facebook via Messenger, and one guy from US was inquiring because they visiting London and inquiring about the photo shoot. And you know why I know that this is not a client? Because they go into a very specific, very how to say crazy details. Like, for example, let me just give you this straight, yeah? He would like to capture both his wife and the male model together, okay, having making love scenes. And what specifically he asked, am I able to capture a cum shot inside his wife? Okay, no, seriously, can you imagine this question? Can you capture the cum shot inside the body? And what I replied, I said yes. Said yes, for the special price, with the special equipment. That's what I said, okay? That's what I said. But logically, you think for yourself, okay? How that is possible, okay? To create, technically it is possible, okay? But artistically, how it's gonna be, okay? How it's gonna be? Because there are microscopic cameras and you can insert the body, you can look inside your body with these cameras. There are special, like I say, equipment, and these cameras also can take an image, okay? Also can take an image. I can't do it with Sony or Canon, can I? Right? So can you imagine these type of people asking these type of questions, requiring these type of services, which are literally impossible, okay? Like literally impossible. And it pisses me off because I want to say to this client, seriously, I qualify you as a wanker, okay, who wanted to talk about this, right? But would never arrive to the studio to do something like this. Yeah, and that's the problem I have, because there are a lot of people who have no one to talk to about their sexual fantasies and erotic thoughts, okay? Have no one to talk to. They found me that I'm doing this, and they think that everyone thinks that I'm interested to hear their fantasy. I have my own, okay? The way I create, I don't go to look for any other fantasies, okay? I don't go to look for anything anywhere. I have my own baggage, okay? A big archive of my own knowledge, and I use just my own experience for that knowledge. And from my experience, the cum shot inside the vagina, it's not really possible, okay? And there are guys who would challenge, you know, and who would ask those questions. And I can tell them to fuck off, but I don't, because I understand this is a mental state of people who can mentally imagine this, okay? Imagine this to happen, right? You need to first imagine to ask that question. Is it possible or not? So that's the thing. And the more I speak with people, the more I listen to the questions they give, I understand more and more that people have no fucking clue how to make it, how to shoot it, okay, how to create it, how to prepare, how to set it up. Like the models have no clue that they need to maintain the standard through the shoot. It's not that he is all hot and excited and how to say, and ready for the first 5 minutes, okay? Especially young models have this fantasy. They think that they will go into an adult photo shoot, and in the porn business, that would be absolutely a true scenario, okay? That they would go into the agency and they would shoot with the hot models. That would be their true scenario. Unfortunately, in the studios, the way I work, I shoot regular people. They are not models. They are far from being models, okay? They are normal people. Not everyone is so sexy and so pretty. Not everyone is feeling sexy and pretty. But the model's job to make them feel this way. Desirable, sexy, pretty, hot, and young, okay? And the situation is that everyone thinks that if you are going to have this type of adventure, it necessarily have to be a hot, sexy model, okay? And I'm saying, what about the mature woman who had children, okay, who been a housewife all the time, you know, and the husband is paying for her to have this type of fling, stimulation, and adventure, okay? And that's a different criteria. That is a different to the hot and sexy model. The person who been a housewife all the time, it will be more nervous, more scared, terrified. I have these people in my studio. They're freaking out. They're terrified. Imagine working with these people, right? So like I say, young models are also confused. They think that they will have, you know, someone hot and sexy jumping on them. But that's not true, okay? Because people who arrive to the studio, they're scared of this experience, okay? They're scared. And my job is to make it look easy, simple, and realistic. All the fantasies which they want to create, okay, I manage to shoot. I have enough imagination, okay, to cover all the styles, all the ideas, all the, how to say, requests for certain things. And like I say, I'm shooting without limits, right? So I'm really glad that I'm able to actually drive and speak, okay? That's my first video on YouTube where I am driving. I'm sorry, my camera is shaking. I will be sorting this okay later so that it would not happen. Okay, and I'm driving and talking. But erotic photography, it's a very popular topic. There are a lot of young people who would like to break in and become you know, these models and start this job, and like I say, they have no clue what it takes, okay? They have no clue that they need to last for a few hours and they need to be with one client, and that client would be not the sexiest person in the world. And that client could be scared and terrified, okay? And it's really hard to work with such people. Simple as that, okay? So yeah, everyone is nervous. I am trying to explain. Everyone is nervous when they are performing in front of the stranger, okay? It's one thing you're doing it alone in your bathroom and you're all secure and safe. And another thing you're doing it in a strange environment, okay, with the strangers looking at you, with the lights and cameras on, okay, shining on you. The bravery very often goes away, okay, through the door. And because people doing it first time, I recommend, you know, to do it with the model. I recommend, because model's job is to relax, to, how to say, to cover your imperfections, okay, to balance you out, to prepare you for the big moment, okay, and to make you feel comfortable, okay, to make you feel comfortable. Model plays a crucial part. I mean, the photographer is very important, okay? But if you are alone and you're having someone next to you on that stage with you, it's much more easier, okay? You will be much more braver. So that's why models help my clients to create amazing scenarios, because there are fantasies and photoshoot scenarios that they are not able to do by themselves, Okay, they need a system. They need someone's hand or someone's body to create certain things. So that's why. Okay, it is much easier. It's just much easier. Okay, thank you so much. I had a lovely ride. I nearly arrived. Okay, and I will be talking more and more, going live about erotic photography. If you want to know something that you probably have question maybe, or you have some ideas, leave me the comments. I read the comments and I can reply to you in another video. Okay, or make another video if I am, you know, how to say, inspired by your question, so I can reply. Like I say, there are not many people who speak about this topic, okay, who has a real experience on this topic. And it's not only the experience, the views, okay, proper views, that they understand what is the difference, okay, in porn and erotica. That's all, you know, because if you think that everything is porn, okay, then you have not seen erotica, and that's the problem, okay, that's the problem, that erotica is art. As their passion, they're able to create art. Okay, not everyone is able to create art. Everyone is able to create porn, right? But not everyone is able to make erotica. And like I say, erotica on real basis, on basis that person is experiencing this, you know, emotions and feelings, not faking it. Okay, nothing is staged. I'm saying that's the problem. Okay, because everything is on energy levels, right? And sometimes you don't know who is faking, who is not faking. But when you are there, it's, how to say, it's visible. It's straightforward for me, for example, right? But there are couples who fake it in the end because they can't come. You know, they can't come. And that is another thing what those couples then need to work on. Okay, that happens also. So yeah, I am finishing my video. If you would like to have more ideas about the things that we are shooting, you know, what we are shooting, what we are how to say, creating, what we are doing, I will be posting and telling more about erotic photo shoots, and of course about the problems that I see. Okay, and the stereotypes, I want to break some. Okay, and one of the stereotypes probably about the old, bold, ugly man shooting erotica. There are women who can, how to say, who create this photography. It's not a woman profession, by the way, right? And women are just going in there, and it's really hard for ladies, okay, because it's related with sexual visuals, you know. It's not straightforward, but because I have a medical background, it's much easier for me. I had a question today from one guy. He's saying, when you're shooting people making love scene, would you not want to, you know, to join, and are you not getting turned on? And then I explained about the equipment, how intense it is, and how it is important to be concentrated, okay, and produce a quality content, okay. Everything should be in focus, everything, you know, should be stable, and so on. You think about artistic things and about everything else, okay, what goes into making art, right? And when you concentrate on that, okay, you don't think about how to join someone, okay. I am always thinking, when I'm making erotic photography, I'm always thinking about creating a timeless piece, you know, timeless, that it could last forever. And that's what I mean, okay, by making erotica. It should be amazing. Thank you so much for watching. I just arrived. to the destination. Till the next video. Bye bye.